thank you. I am going to pull up a chair because I got this great mic that allows me to roam freely. Maybe I'll just sit right here. I just want to get a little bit closer. Ruth, sorry for my back. And I didn't want to block the beautiful light. So the Dharma talk, sermon kind of, also is interactive. You know, I'm actually an introvert. I call myself a Mediterranean introvert. Some people say a functioning introvert. And so this is my idea of a party. It's sacred, it's holy, it's communal. It has quiet moments. There's a sense where we can take care of ourselves. We don't have to get enmeshed in others. And at the same time, we don't have to be isolated in order to take care of ourselves. We can be with others. This is another way of being with humans, celebrating being alive. And as we just said in the joys and sorrows, everything that includes. You know, even celebrating our sorrows in a way because we feel. Trinidad, me encanta cómo se dice I'm sorry en español. ¿Cómo se dice I'm sorry en español? Lo siento. Does anybody know what that means literally? Mm-hmm. I feel it, right? Yes, I love that. So, you know, this non-duality like guest and host, not so much opposites. Joys and sorrows, maybe not so much opposites either, you know? Like this practice of stillness and being together, we're feeling it all. And in that, you know, I started thinking about this when someone mentioned their dad. Yeah. Yes, my dad died a few years ago, and that's why I moved here from San Francisco, because we're from New Hampshire, and he needed help, and so he had Parkinson's. And fortunately for him, the decline wasn't really protracted. It didn't get really bad. It can get really bad for people with dementia. But he did have quite a bit of falling, and it was very frustrating for him. And at a certain point, when I was with him, he fell on the ground, and his whole face, he was so frustrated. And I looked at him and I said, Dad, I'm sorry. And he looked at me and he said, why? It's not your fault. And that's when I realized. I said, Dad, it's more like lo siento. You know, I'm feeling something. I can't entirely feel what you're feeling, but I want you to know I'm feeling something too. I'm here. That's kind of the spirit, I feel like, in this Dharma talk, which, as I said, is interactive, a guided meditation. Now, you're all UU people, so you're already pretty open. And still, I want to say, if anybody, you know, take care of yourselves. If you want to just, you know, you can do whatever you want sitting there, but see this as an invitation to explore a little bit more deeply through the body. Not through thinking about it, but through experiencing it. Whatever it is, this it. Your aliveness this morning, right in this particular time and place. So, this is a loving kindness meditation. We've already had this beautiful music. Thank you so much. Of these different openings into this teaching of the Buddha's, which is not just of the Buddha, he just codified it. He called it metta. But of course it's a universal, it's even beyond human, I would say. A life, a teaching for all life, for all being. And so this is just another entry point of studying this teaching of metta, loving kindness through our bodies. So, as with every meditation, as you'd like, I have slip-offs. I like to ground myself. You don't have to do this, but if you feel like it, go for it. It feels good to ground. Feel the feet on the floor. Feel yourself grounded. How the floor is supporting you, the earth is here for us. We can maybe begin to let go a little bit. Allow the earth to hold you. Allow this chair to hold you. Feel your hips, your buttocks on your chair. Connect with your solidity. Maybe your hands might be intentionally placed on your lap. Feel the solidity of your legs. Some people prefer to clasp their hands. Some people might know the cosmic mudra, which is the Zen mudra. It looks like this. It's an opening, forming an opening. Anyway, choose however you'd like your hands to be. And wherever they are, shoulders dropped. Lots of space between the ears and the shoulders. The spine nice and long. Have a sense of lengthened spine. You know, maybe some form of prayer so beautifully as kind of introspection with the head down. But I'm asking you now to open up. Open the heart. Lengthen the spine so the heart can shine. Let your face be soft. Let the planes of the forehead, the cheeks be wide. The eyes can be closed or open. It doesn't really matter. But if they're open, maybe just let them rest in their sockets. Let form and color appear to the eyes without glomming on. And if they're closed, just let your eyeballs sit meditation. Just resting in the socket of your skull. If you can, if you're not stuffed up, the teeth and the lips are gently closed and you're just breathing through the nostrils. Sometimes in this place of quiet, a little smile might appear. You can allow that. Allow yourself to touch peace, maybe contentment. Take a nice deep breath, maybe from the lower belly, the hara. Let the air fill you completely, and then on the exhale, let go completely. Do it again, breathing in. Let the lungs expand. Let your whole being expand, open, spacious. And on the exhale, this letting go, dropping down, settling maybe even more deeply. This round of breathing in and breathing out is such a beautiful activity. It's the activity of all phenomena. Expanding, contracting, arising, subsiding, filling, emptying, being born, dying. It's the movement of the whole shebang. We see it in the universe. The physicists are studying this. We see it in the ocean with the tides. And we experience it in our own body if we allow our attention to rest there, open our awareness. So this is the interconnectedness I'm trying to get at today. And this is the basis, the physical basis of studying metta, loving kindness, experiencing with our whole body, through our breath, our connection with everything. So maybe just in silence, just for a moment or two, those were a lot of words. Just explore for yourself what it's like to be here, to be with others in this blessed sanctuary on this beautiful early February morning, 2020. Planet Earth. If you notice you're holding your breath, it's a good thing to notice. Say breathe to yourself and notice what happens in the body, how responsive our body is. Okay, from this still, silent place or quiet place, maybe you can begin to turn to an active expression of metta. There are different verses you can use. I'm going to use, these are my 4 favorite. And as you've already sung this morning, we always begin this practice orienting toward ourselves, offering ourselves loving kindness, refilling the well. So to yourself, silently or quietly, if you'd like to say it out loud, you can begin with happiness. May I be happy. Notice as you say that if there's any reaction. It's okay, don't worry about it. Say it for a second time. Loving kindness, fortified, shored up with your effort, with your sustained attention. Say it again. May I be happy. Believing that your happiness is a good thing. That everybody around you benefits from your happiness. For a 3rd time, may I be happy. Let that be. Take a breath. Notice whatever you're feeling. If you need to jiggle a little bit to lengthen the spine more, go ahead and do that. Going into the 2nd round, invoking peace, being peace. May I be peaceful. Letting the very softness, the very peaceful quality of that word be you. May I be peaceful. Believing that peace is possible right here. Say it again. Persisting. May I be peaceful. Let that be. Take a breath. Reconnect with your solidity. Long spine. 3rd round. Invoking freedom from suffering right here. May I be free from suffering. With whatever's going on in this body-mind today, yes, right here. May I be free from suffering. Breathing it in, a 3rd time. May I be free from suffering. Okay, let that be. The last round is really the most simple. It's maybe the most overlooked because it's so simple and because it's so foundational to our well-being. But we're going to invoke it. It kind of packs a punch for me personally. Safety. May I be safe. breathe it. May I be safe. Whatever arises for you in saying this, it might hit you. Let it course through you. And for a third time, may I be safe. Breathe. This is the practice I'm proposing of loving kindness, metta, fortified, putting your whole body into it, your whole being, your whole mind, heart, mind. Any thought and feeling that's arising right now is legit. Use it. Plow it back into your stillness and your silence, your kind, beautiful, generous, patient attention right here. Having fortified ourselves with happiness, peace, freedom, safety, in deep faith in the profound goodness of things that we're just simply making contact with, we offer it freely, fearlessly, widely, without exception. May all beings everywhere, without exception, be happy. Breathe. May all beings everywhere, without exception, be peaceful. May all beings everywhere, without exception, be free from suffering. May all beings everywhere, without exception, be safe. Knowing, as in the so-called children's story, that the happiness, the peace, the freedom from suffering and safety of one person is everyone's. And that our invoking happiness, peace, freedom from suffering and safety for ourselves, how could that be separate from offering it for the whole world? The difference is where we place our attention. So allowing yourself now to just rest. Maybe that was hard work. Maybe that was blissful, whatever it was, it's yours and it's everyone's. Just sitting quietly for the next moment or so, allowing whatever's here to be here. Maybe connecting consciously with any of the sounds, the smells, the tangibles, whatever's touching your skin organ, the cushion, the floor, the chair, your clothing. Receiving it all. Couple last conscious breaths. Breathing in deliciously, filling yourself with oxygen, you're alive. And then exhale, letting it all go. There's nothing to hold on to. What you need, you have. The Buddha taught this teaching to his monks to help them deal with their fear, their anger, their distress. I invite all of us, in times of fear, anger, and distress, just sit with ourselves quietly, bravely, patiently, and invite metta. Invite the arising of metta. In other words, I'm trying to say, be your own best friend. Opening to the sound of the bell, like a clearing space, breathing room.